Tonight is the men's NCAA basketball championship, where we're going to be watching UConn versus that team up north. And yeah, I realize it's basketball, it's not football, but let's go with it. There's going to be thousands of people in that stadium cheering tonight. There's going to be millions around the country also cheering for the team who they think is best positioned to win that championship and to take home that trophy. And they're also going to be seeing how their brackets turn out to see if they also become a winner also. But let's stay here for a moment and talk about fans. Many times in a church setting, you're going to hear from the pulpit a comparison of Christians to being a fan. And usually this is in a negative context. Because what is happening is they are comparing their enthusiasm and their excitement in the church service to the enthusiasm and the excitement that that Christian is having during a sporting event when they're cheering for their team. Because more excitement and energy is expended for the team than for Jesus at that time. And this is a thought that came to me as I was coming home from my workout this morning. As the Spirit brought this to my remembrance, He wanted me to focus not on comparing Christians to fans, but rather on Christians to athletes. You can find this out in the scripture. In fact, when you read the Bible, Paul often talks about athletic events. He was a sports guy, so nothing wrong with being a Christian and a sports guy. But one thing that you'll notice is you'll never see him comparing the Christian to the fan, like the pulpit many times does today. What you do see him doing, though, is he compares the Christian to the athlete. He talks about things about how athletes strive for a crown and how they put their body into subjection and put it under self-discipline so that they may obtain an earthly crown and get glory. But we are Christians. We don't strive for an earthly crown. We strive for a heavenly crown. And we should put our own selves under that type of self-discipline that we might run to obtain that crown from Jesus Christ. So tonight when you're watching the game, I want you to think about this. Think about all the hours that you don't see that are having a result on that court tonight. How long they spent on a free throw line. How long they spent shooting field goals or three-pointers. How long they spent making rebounds or running plays that the coach has designed to put them in a best position in order to win tonight. And then as you watch the game, watch the joy and the intensity that they exhibit whenever they make a shot or a teammate makes a shot or makes a good rebound or gets an advantage. But also the frustration that the players have and the disappointment when the other team gets an advantage or when they themselves mess up and they strive to make up for it. Watch the coach cheer them on. Or when things start going bad, call timeout to give his team a break to rest and to re-look at the strategy to put them in a better position to win. That's what I want you to think about. And if you're a minister of the gospel, let's stop making this comparison of Christians to fans. It's not a biblical comparison. It's not what we want. We don't want people who only watch the events. We want people who participate. If I look at social media, for instance, there's a lot of good Christian apologists and preachers on social media, and we love it when they say a good line, or we see a good clip or a good snap of something that they had to say where they got the advantage, and we all hit that like. And that's wonderful, and we watch some of those people. I know I do. But it's not enough just to be a fan of Christians who are out there in the good fight, proclaiming the gospel and making a good argument for Jesus. We need to be involved in that fight as well. We need to be put in the countless hours and understanding our Bible. We need to be putting time on our knees, seeking the face of God, that He would use us as His instrument in order to go out and to be a witness for Him and to spread the gospel, making disciples for Jesus Christ. We need to be athletes, and we need to have that kind of intensity that you're going to be witnessing on the court in our everyday lives as well. Because what they're going to earn tonight is a trophy, and they're going to get glory, but it's going to fade away. What we're striving for is something that is eternal and will never fade away. So Christian, don't be a fan. Be an athlete.